And she's in
long time no see.
And she's in uniform. We're all in uniform.
Dun, ta-da.
Can't see my comm badge, but it's there.
This is not going to last long. I am dying in here.
Oh.
This is cute for the beginning. Like, Shrek Trio is going to review Strange New Worlds.
The camera's going to go off, and then all of a sudden I'll be in a regular shirt.
The Trek Trio starts reviewing Strange New Worlds, and as the live progresses, we keep just losing our uniforms because we're all boiling in them.
Bill.
Because it's summer.
Look, I am more like, what's her name? Pila? Okay? It's fine. She is my spirit animal for this episode, so I'm more like her. I will be fine.
Space hippie. We
will
love
be fine.
the space hippie.
She is definitely my spirit animal for this episode.
Space hippie or Starfleet companion? We now got the third Doctor Who reference in Strange New Worlds in this episode.
Is that what that was? The phone box?
Yeah.
I was just like, well, I typed that in there. I'm like, what phone box is she talking about? And then when I was rereading my notes, and I had just watched your video talking about Doctor Who.
Some time travel.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm like, okay.
Yep, I actually wrote I wrote down the other two episodes where there was a Doctor Who reference. So
what are they?
The first one was in season 3, The Salat Who Ate Its Tail. There is a TARDIS as an Easter egg in that giant ship that ate the other ships. And then the other one is the season 3 finale, New Life and New Civilizations, where Pelia says that she once accompanied a time-traveling doctor. Okay.
And also, hey, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
You too, hey.
Welcome in. Calorian made it. Kel,
I'm so glad everybody still showed up, even though
we haven't seen you in a long time.
Today.
We're happy you're
I
here.
hate that I ran away during that, but I forgot some stuff, and I was like, I gotta go take care of it. Sorry.
No, you're good. I gotta say, the uniform with the hair, you look so good right now. I can't stop staring at you. If my eyes look like they're in the corner, it's because they are.
Yeah. Everyone's just watching Krysten. That's okay.
Please.
All eyes on us, but I love that we can match in Strange New Worlds. So
yeah, me too.
For 5 minutes, yes.
I'm gonna move my badge up a little bit so it appears in frame.
Mine keeps falling, but it's okay.
Better.
So mine looks like it's on the wrong side, but it's on the actual side.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's on the right. It's on the left.
Hold on.
On the left side.
On that note,
I'll put it on the right. I'll put it on the right side so it looks like it's on the left.
there you go. I'm gonna mirror my camera so everything is.
Should I do that?
There you go.
Why don't you guys just mirror your cameras?
I don't know how.
I look good this way. I'm not upset with how I look this way. We're good.
You look great.
Wait, Krysten, you had it on the correct side. Now it's on the wrong side.
I'm so confused.
That's okay.
But we look the same. Me and Krysten look the same.
Oh, well, that's because... Well, no, yours is backwards because you're mirrored. Krysten is the right orientation. So, Krysten, yours should be over here. Yeah. Heather's backwards. No, other side. Other side.
What are we doing?
Other side.
Those are left-handed badges.
That one.
I don't want to change mine. It's on the left side.
On the
Right,
left
now
side
it's literally on my left.
Yes, it is on my left as well. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Do the other Well, I am so happy that we have our usual suspects here in the room with us. So those of you who are here, thank you for joining us. Obviously, spoiler alert, we are going through everything for Valles Marineris on Strange New Worlds. We at least figured out what Valles Marineris means now. Well, we knew what it means. We figured out how it plays into this episode. Krysten.
No, I'm just saying, he said on your left. This is my left.
Left.
Left!
Yep. Oh, and April May June is here, and April May June is sending gifts. Yes, thank you. Those of you who are in the comments, please tap, like, send gifts. Please comment, engage. You may have noticed that we have made our way over to YouTube. So we are at Trek Trio on YouTube, so please check us out over there as well.
Also on Instagram at the Trek Trio, which I tried to do a what you call it, scheduled upload, and it went poof, and I'm like, that's great.
Oh no.
Oh. Well, we're figuring it out as we go. It's fine. Progress,
figuring it
not
out.
perfection,
We'll get there.
people.
Unfortunately, we're still only doing lives here, but eventually we'll figure out how to either do lives or other videos everywhere else. We're working on it.
We're gonna have a fun time.
We didn't know this was going to be a thing. It's now a thing.
This is so much fun, we can't stop.
Yeah. So, for those of you watching, the next 10 weeks are going to be spoiler city, because we're going to do a same day review and recap of the of episodes of Strange New Worlds as it drops. And so we are Johnny on the spot with our notes like crazy, like all did our notes today. But we have our notes, we have watched the episodes, and we are excited to share it with us. By the way, speaking of sharing, please share this live with all your friends. We like and follow the same people. Let's get this live in front of people, so that way we can have as many folks with us. So that way we have plenty of people watching us. So we got about 10
As long as
people.
you know they've seen the episode and or they're okay, because we don't want to kill it for anybody who hasn't seen the episode.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what?
we can keep posting. Do we have somewhere that like spoiler warning? Like,
Yes.
is that?
Yes.
Bill did throw up a spoiler warning
We
too.
can just keep that going in the comments.
Yeah, there is a spoiler warning. I also have a spoiler warning in the description of this live as well. So we have covered our bases, but just a reminder before we get started, spoiler alert, spoilers beyond this point.
If you have not seen the dinosaur get punched, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah,
You only heard about it.
But if you want to talk about dinosaurs getting punched, we are here. I also have my little friend to help me as well with the dinosaur part. So yeah, we all have. So all of us have our dinosaurs. So
the only dino I have.
The dinosaur was in the trailer, but I was surprised that it actually was in the very first episode.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be this episode.
Yeah, we knew. Now, earlier this week, Star Trek released videos, they released promo pictures, so we knew earlier this week that the dinosaurs were going to be here. What we did not know was how Valles Marineris factors in. So, of course, you guys saw our little science lesson, which a lot of people enjoyed. So we'll try to do some more STEM lessons throughout the season.
Yeah, because most things are like actual places. I don't know how we're going to do that. Because we just got lucky this time because it was Mars.
I think we did.
My husband loved that so much. He's like, more of this, please. So, like,
I loved it
if we put it on YouTube, he'd be ecstatic. That's where he hangs out every single day.
Well, it's there. Not only is our full STEM video on YouTube, the shorts are on it as well. Yep. So we're ready to go. I will start off, and I will say that one thing that I appreciated about the season opener was how long it was. Like, the one thing that really bothered me when Picard premiered on CBS All Access and when Discovery was on CBS All Access was they still tried to fit an episode in the normal 43-minute time frame of network TV. And when you're on streaming, you don't have to do that. The episode can be as long as it needs to be. And if that means you go beyond 43 minutes because you don't need to worry about a time slot on streaming anymore, then you shouldn't have to fit it in. And so that always disappointed me with Discovery and Picard, because it's like, you're just trying to do 43 minutes. I'm like, this episode was almost 1 full hour without commercials. So it made me happy that the writers and producers are taking advantage of the nature of streaming, because they packed so much into this episode. Heather, tell everyone what you told us in the chat about how packed this episode was.
To me, it felt like the entire season of Star Trek Discovery in one episode. There was so much to it. I mean, and realistically, there was every single point was resolved. It was like a whole movie. I thought it was really well written. They hit every single point besides the ending, but like I'm sure we'll get to that.
And for us, this was a strong season opener. The effects were incredible. It was well written. I have high hopes for season 4 after the misfire that was season 3. And I think it was an epic opening to the series. And again, I was very happy with the lengths, the effects, the writing, the story. And we'll talk about kind of how it got a little predictable near the end, but I have some thoughts on that when we wrap up. So that being said, we're going to get into the teaser. Now, Bill.
I want to point out a comment from Brave Little Toaster. Later, I got to know what everyone's favorite dinosaur is. So, for later, if anybody wants to write it down, one of our questions has to be what everybody's favorite dinosaur is.
Yep. Well, let's do this. Everyone put in the comments right now what your favorite dinosaur is. If you grab a box after the recap, prepare to defend your choice of why it's your favorite dinosaur, okay?
I'm out of this.
I'm going to say raptor, just so you guys know.
I liked that little furry guy.
I like the Dilophosaurus but I also like Triceratops as well.
Well, they got cool heads, I think.
By the way, if you look over my left shoulder, I have a stuffed Triceratops behind me.
He has all the dinosaurs. Okay, you should.
So let's
so many dinos. I'm so jealous.
Let's get rocking and rolling. We have a very long teaser. We have a 17-minute teaser.
Can I
what
start
do we think about what they chose to show us about last season? I mean, I thought it was really interesting that the two things that I guess it was 3, the 2 things they brought up. I mean, it being Captain and Battelle and them talking about destiny, and then of course we're talking about them being friends.
Destiny is very important in this episode, and that was very clever. Krysten, you have a comment.
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to talk about that, my response to that was okay, we lost the letter kitty girl. Got it.
You lost the what? Oh, the letter kitty
girl. Yeah. She's no longer going drunk and saying like, woo.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to tell that to my husband yesterday. He was like, oh my God, it's her? I was like, yeah.
But we can still feel that loss from season 3.
She was a great loss.
Yes.
And that there's a payoff of that loss later in this episode as well. The teaser covers it, the recap covers it. Pike is distracting himself, and we'll get to that in a minute. But
it's a great
reminds us how much that he just went through and the mindset that he's in. I think it was important to show us so that we could kind of remember the mindset that he's in going into this episode.
The whole episode is about him grieving. It's different parts of him grieving throughout the whole entire thing, which is actually
what we fight for.
It's grieving. The whole episode is grief and destiny. Last season was all about Battelle's destiny.
Yeah.
Where did Scotty go? I want to talk about the captain's log. Come on.
Dare do that to us again, Scotty.
We know we know Battelle's destiny, we know Pike's destiny, and this entire episode is about destiny. But we open up, and I thought we get a cowboy episode. It's like, I thought this was going to be Western.
You're looking good.
I reread his captain's log real fast. It's called Captain's Log. I like riding horses.
Yeah, yeah, and I loved that they got to enjoy some time, and they had like some relaxation for more than 3 minutes.
Yeah, they did. But man, Pike was on his dream mission. But by the way, kind of interesting that there are Earth horses on Talaxar. Don't know how that happened.
What is Talaxar? I tried to look it up. I don't know. Was I spelling it wrong? Because I couldn't find anything about it.
It's a new planet.
AXAR. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
I was doing with the S, but still,
it is a strange new world, is what it is. Because not only do we have Earth horses, we also have floating rocks that somehow defy gravity.
Yes. I also love the music in the beginning, and I'm trying to figure out why it reminds me completely of Beauty and the Beast, though. So I was like,
throughout this whole episode was really good.
That one gave me like, okay,
Interesting.
And we find out that they're giving the meds to the planet to make sure the planet stays healthy and everything. And they're actually running away so that they don't show anybody that they have warp core abilities.
Yep, they're trying to avoid the Prime Directive, but they're trying to not violate the Prime Directive, but they are still helping the planet.
But the horses know.
The horses know.
Who says that they're not going to figure out how to get the horses to talk? The horses know.
What happens if a Vulcan mind melds with the horse? Good question.
Yeah, what happens if they find out about what Vulcans are before they're supposed to?
Cat Mask is in here. Cat Mask, welcome. Hey. Thank you for the gifts. Crosauce had to bounce early, so Crosauce will miss you, but I'm glad you came in.
Maybe the whole getting rid of the uniform thing. Sorry.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool. Obviously, Pike and everyone are having a great time. Lon brought in a Heather.
What?
Okay. So Lon brought in Lon apparently drank a bunch of people under the table.
Yeah.
And of course Lon would, because that's what she's good at. And Pike is like, hey, maybe we should get further out of range. Let's ride a bit more, because of course he wanted to, right? Because
Captain's logs. I like horses.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I loved seeing him ask for a little bit more time to relax. I think it's important to note that he does ask for a little bit more time.
He did just lose his, technically love, so
yeah,
he's allowed to keep out.
I think he's on the right track. Like, I don't know. In the conversation later on, I was like, it's weird they put this in.
I think yes. By the way, my Stegosaur has now appeared next to my Triceratops over my shoulders, so... Yeah.
What magic tricks are you guys doing? I walked away for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Michael Burgess is in England. Oh wow, Krysten, you couldn't keep that uniform on.
No, I am hot, man. I am so freaking hot.
Cute. You look adorable. It's great.
So, Michael, welcome in from overseas. Hello. It's 2 a.m. in England. You can't sleep. We will keep you awake tonight, so we'll keep you company as you can't sleep.
Welcome.
Good.
It's about to be a crash out somewhere around here, so fun times. I
think we're probably
the last note that I will share is I love that Pike has his own saddle. And of course he does, because we saw that, we've seen it in the ready room the whole time, right? But then I'm like, wait, he's like Picard, because Picard has his own saddle. But Pike won't let anyone touch his saddle. So yeah. Oh shoot! Hold on. Time out. Christopher's Tasty Reviews just hopped into the live, and Chris, I have to say thank you for giving us a shout out in your Oreo video. We really appreciate you. So thanks for that shout out in your video, and I really am excited to watch your review because I see the BTS Oreos all the time, and I want to pick them up, and I've been curious to know what they're like. So if you have not had a BTS Oreo, check out Christopher's Tasty Reviews. But Chris, thank you so much for the shout out in your video. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
That was very well said.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, Krysten, at what point are you going to crash out? Because right now, everyone just beamed up. Is it time for a crash out, or do we need to get a little
bit? I think I have 1, 2, 3. I got 20 things until I start.
I took a note here that Spock likes women in Western gear.
Noted. Oh, he does. Spock loves himself a cowgirl.
Yeah.
My note for that
standing there listening to their convo.
Yeah, my note for that was just this. They're not being subtle at all anymore.
I really think they're kind of freaky. They're kind of freaky. I think they liked the fact that he could hear it, and she got into it. She's like, these boots are hard to take off by myself. I'm like, no. So we know that he's in his emotional era. At least we get reminded at the very beginning of the episode, after we just get told in the recap that they're just having fun. And it's like, well, they're having a lot of fun, a lot.
Yes.
And then Scotty is just at the transporter pad,
yeah. And I'm
Don't pay
He's
attention.
minding his damn business, but they do want Scotty to watch. Christopher, I know you're here. I'm happy you're here, but just want a reminder for everyone who just joined us. This is a spoiler-laden recap. Massive spoiler alert. Bill, you are in charge. You are in charge of warning people for spoilers. So yes, spoiler alert.
He just wrote it again.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Yep. Scotty at the console. Krysten, Fluff is saying hello to you. Hi, Fluff. Welcome in.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah. So Scotty's just minding his own damn business, but we find out that this is the 15th mission in a row, and they've been going nonstop because Pike is grieving and he's trying to distract himself, but the crew is suffering for this. And this is a lot of missions in a row. These guys are going to burn out bad.
Yeah, and they're already starting to burn out. Like they're kind of little fights on the deck. There's little things going on all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's one major fight that we're building up for, I'm pretty sure, for a while.
Yep. Avis is here. Avis, welcome in. We were actually just talking about you on our pre-live call. So we're happy you're here too, Avis.
Saying how amazing you are, just so you know. It's nothing bad.
No, nothing bad.
My anxiety would be like, why are you guys talking about me?
Talking about people being cute.
Because we love you and you're wonderful and you are a very bright spot in everyone's life.
It's not weird.
It's not weird.
It's not weird. We're talking about everybody who's around.
Yep.
Well,
Have a good evening,
not
Chris.
gonna do that. Oh, goodbye.
Bye, Chris. Thanks for the shout out. Heather, you said you had a note around this point? Or did you say it already?
No, I just noted that Spock liked women in Western gear because if I ever get beamed up there, I'm gonna put some Western gear on.
They freaky. they freaky. Like, can you just imagine how freaky they are in the bedroom? Yeah, they freaky.
I get it, Avis. That's why I try to cover our butts with the fact that it wasn't anything bad, and we were just like talking about twin dads
Set up.
whole thing, and we were talking about how cool it is and everything.
Yeah, nothing bad. Is
I've never seen it, and so like Krysten had mentioned that you're typically on it, and I just didn't know anything about it. That's really all it was. We weren't talking about you. It was more situational.
Yeah. Also, by the way, I do know that we are going to have a trivia matchup between the Trek Trio and the Subspace Lounge, and we know it's on.
I'm not gonna be good at this. You guys can be excited all you want, but I'm gonna be taking us down. I'll try.
I have no knowledge, so this is going to be horrible.
So we're at the point where Pike and April are speaking because April beamed up and he's offering Pike a promotion.
We do have like one minimal thing about that before that, which is Una, of course, says that she wants off the ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
She needs
to get off. She needs her break.
I feel like all she needed to say, she came at it a little weird. Just be like, hey, you got to ride on a horse for some extra time. It's about time for me to go on the next mission. But instead, she's like, dun, 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 the crew's getting. Because I felt like he was on the right track since he had just like taken an extra stroll.
Yeah.
She had to do it with a passion in her eyes and be all teary eyed, like, please let me leave.
As much as I loved Una with long hair, this was the first time that I looked at her and like I felt like it was obvious that the actress was wearing a wig.
Yeah, Rebecca Ramin is often in a wig, I've learned.
Right, but this was the first time that I really like noticed it, that I felt like it was noticeable. And like she looks beautiful with the long hair, but it is so big and the density is so like the same all around the head. I'm like, I couldn't stop staring at how fake it looked.
But yes, Una wants to turn. The next away mission, it is her turn. And she finds out she's going to get her wish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
In the worst way possible.
So apparently April is offering Pike a promotion to Commodore, which we imagine would probably take Pike off the ship. Which leads me to wonder, how many people has Pike truly told about his destiny? We know that obviously Batel knew. Una knows. It seems like Mbenga may or may not know. I'm not sure. Twin Dad is here. Twin Dad, welcome in. So again, Twin Dad, spoiler alert. But again, Twin Dad, we were talking about your faction earlier. So my question is does Admiral April know? Does Admiral April know what Pike's destiny is? And my question here is, what would have happened if Pike said yes? Did Pike say no because he knows what his destiny is? And what does he know about his destiny? Does he only know what the accident is, or does he know everything that leads up to that accident?
So when are we talking about Pike saying no? Are we talking about the fact that he says no at the end, or are we talking about fact of right the second that he has to think about it?
He made some comment about, he's like, bro, I told you, I'm not interested in a promotion. So he didn't say no, but he did like make it known that he hadn't been interested.
Yeah,
I'm asking the same question I'm asking, which is, are we talking about the beginning saying no, or at the end saying no?
The beginning of him saying no. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
but he was gelling with it. He was taking his time. He's gelling with it. He's giving it a chance. So
he was. But
they give you one mission to figure this out. I'm like, that's a lot. You're like, because if a captain was in like a bad time of their career and they only get a short time to make that decision, like they could end up making the wrong decision really fast. You would think like a promotion would just it's just the next step whenever you're ready.
You say it's a short time, but missions can go on for as long as a week. So this could have been a week-long mission.
A short time, I want longer than a week to think about if I'm going to change my entire life.
Also, at this point, April had no idea how long this mission was going to take anyway.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
Yeah. But yes, Pike is letting it percolate. Yes. Michael Burgess, thank you for reposting this. Remember, all of you please like, share, repost, give us hearts, give us reposts. Let's get all of our viewers in here. But again, we are happy to have our normal, usual suspects in this room. And remember, spoiler alert.
And I'm loving how much you guys are talking down there.
Yes.
Sad that I can't read all of them, but they're moving so fast. I can't catch up on any of them, which is great. Because you guys are having a great time.
Where the hell is Tucci? Like, Tucci is not
here.
Tucci.
He was here. Also, just so you guys know, for After Hours, I will be hosting because he is kind of tired, so he's taking a break.
Oh, well then that's probably why he's done.
So Lower Decks Laundromat is
Lower Decks Laundromat. I will be doing my laundry, and it's actually happening. So I have 2 big bags of laundry to do.
Good luck. So we now learn that a fun mission is coming up, and it gets to be Una's turn.
Well, they're only supposed to be watching it like it's TV, though. That's the thing. They're going to go watch a big mass of cloud particles.
Yeah, yes. I know this.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, and then you're just gonna observe it. Which actually, I mean, that is fun. But that's what he was supposed to be sitting there, like reflecting his promotion over.
They had 15 weeks at this point of nonstop events, and they're like, okay, so this mission, you can sit back, relax. We're just gonna observe the particles and enjoy everything. And I'd be like, hell yeah!
I was about to say, honestly, the crew needed that. They just needed to watch a subspace thing on TV.
Yeah, but that's not what they got, because when do they ever just observe an anomaly? It never ends up like that.
No, of course not.
Always either somebody singing or they're stuck singing. Sorry.
You have to stop there. It does end up like that, just so you know. It does. We, as viewers, never get to see it.
Oh, right, because that's not the stories they're showing.
Because why would we watch that crap?
Spock on Earth is here. Welcome.
I'd like to see what they do on vacation.
Welcome, Spock on Earth, and thank you for the heart.
Hello, thank you.
Spock.
So,
but we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. We got a couple of things going on. That's going on right now. We're finding out that Ortega, who is piloting the ship, is getting pissed off every 5 minutes because there's these beeping sounds that are coming out of her panels that are showing off, and she's just like, I can't handle Scotty. Meanwhile, Ortega, what the hell? Like, do we ever ask questions, girl? No questions? Okay. But also,
No.
Scotty, are we like trying to distract the driver much?
Yeah.
He flies the ship.
Power
Thing
trip
going
from
on
both
here.
sides.
Yeah. So we've got that. Uhura is excited right now because she's going to go meet her new Vulcan.
I love that they call
You
it
jump
minty
past
training.
this, okay? Leave me alone.
Minty training is so cute. I love it.
No,
Oh, wait. I'm looking at his face. Are we ready for a Scott flash?
I'm making this face about what you just said.
Oh,
because I'm sorry, but bitch, please.
Oh, but don't talk to her like that.
Cadet, who the hell do you think you are?
You didn't call her anything respectful at all.
What cadet in their right mind would talk to an officer like that? Excuse the fuck out of you.
I need paper. I need paper. Okay, good. I was like, where's mine? I need to go for Scotty.
Uhura is excited for her trainee, and the trainee is a bitch.
How did she end up on the Enterprise? Like, you would think that they would, I don't know, kind of handpick them somebody who's excited to be on like one of the biggest ships that does the biggest missions.
I'm gonna crash out about her later, but I'm gonna give her the Vulcan example for this. She does come on like a true blown Vulcan, okay?
Sure does.
This lady needs to get in trouble, but she does come on like a full blown Vulcan, and she's like, "You're not good enough for me. Nobody is good enough for me. We are just Vulcan." And that's why Spock does so well on Enterprise, because Vulcans are mean little fuckers.
So Brandon in the comments wrote something that I wrote in the notes.
There's some tension. I didn't know what kind of tension.
Brandon wrote, "Hey, he's surprised that Una didn't come down on her." Now, I don't know if Una was on the bridge at this time or not. Now, Uhura is a new ensign. She's not used to leadership just yet. So of course, someone new like that is going to be caught off guard. So I get it. However, Ortegas observed that whole thing
and goes,
Ortegas should have lost it on the cadet. Ortega should have said something.
I feel nobody's.
You go ahead.
Well, I always interrupt you. Go.
No, I thought it was kind of crazy that they didn't correct her at all, because she never once said commander. I mean, she never used any of the expected names, and so it was just interesting that she did let her get away with it. I understand the Vulcanness, but just the being disrespectful on the bridge. Yeah, were they on the bridge? Yeah,
on the bridge.
100%. She's just being disrespectful, and nobody's turning around. Nobody's. Yeah. I think Spock was Spock was there.
Yeah,
he was watching it
because you didn't have the accent right. And why was he the one teaching her how to speak Vulcan anyway? She would have already known that. Spock is out here being a hoe, and then he's also teaching people how to speak Vulcan. Like, he's doing too much on the ship.
You better have a mark for her. Oh my god, that was awesome.
Bill, put it in the chat. Bill, log it in the chat. So
that was great. Spock's out here being a hoe.
He's trying to do too much on the ship. I know Vulcans don't sleep that much, but what do you mean? You're also out here giving Vulcan lessons. Chill out.
Yeah.
Uhura should already know Vulcan. I don't understand why. I don't understand why Uhura doesn't know Vulcan. She should. So I'm surprised.
All right.
Krysten.
I'm just double checking our notes and seeing where we're at. Nope, nothing else. I just said the Vulcan sucks. She's an ass. I feel bad for her. She's an ass. She's a freaking ass, man.
Hey, was Erica the one that would have been in Minty training for Uhura, right?
Uhura didn't really have any. Well, no, Erica kind of was, I think.
Hamish did a lot with her.
Yeah. And so I felt like it was kind of like a full circle moment for Ortegas to watch Uhura like be able to have like her own mentorship, and then like it was just kind of sad to see it destroyed.
Honestly,
he did rotate through.
Was kind of in a rotation type thing. She didn't know what she wanted to do per se.
Oh, you're right.
They
You're
said.
right.
But then this girl is just immediately what Uhura's doing. Like, there's nothing rotating her, as far as we know.
Oh, okay.
Ben brought up a good note in the comments that Uhura probably does know Vulcan. She is getting help with the accents, but a linguist like Uhura probably shouldn't need help with that. It's just a little bug. It's just a plot hole bug for me.
The whole thing, the reason that we're upset is because we love Uhura, and this crazy freaking girl comes in and is just like the meanest bitch to her, and we're just like, wow.
Be respectful and just talk to her in her own language. Like, to know that somebody studied like that, like, come on.
I don't care where you're coming from. I don't care about your family. We understand that Vulcans have a higher whatever standard. Shut the hell up. You're not there. You are where you are, and just deal with it.
Was she just being blunt though? Is that no? That's an excuse.
No, she wasn't being blunt. She was being spicy as hell.
You can be blunt and honest without being disrespectful. I mean, she could have just been like, "Listen, I respect you and I appreciate the fact that in her Vulcan way, that you are speaking in my language, but it just kind of bothers me because you're not speaking it clearly. Is it okay if we start over in English? Whatever." Like that.
Well, let's be honest here. Like, if you're thinking about it, if she was being blunt, why isn't like the one that's friends with Tindy on Lower Decks? Why isn't she as horrible? Why are any of the other Vulcans as horrible? She was being spicy, and she was being a little shit and wanted to be an asshole because she doesn't want to be here, but here she is because she's dumb for a Vulcan. Okay?
Yep.
She's stupid.
Respect isn't an emotion, but there's that's tricky. I'm not even answering that.
Also, I'm sure she's smart in her own way, but at the same time, she made me angry. She's dumb for now.
She is.
Yeah, well, everything she said was a little off. Whatever she said about later on, we'll talk about it, I'm sure.
I'm trying to not get into everything that she has said.
Yeah.
So, that being said, we learned that we are observing a Category 10 interstellar squall. And we are observing it in Pike's ready room, and we are presented with the third Doctor Who reference in Strange New Worlds. Pelia says the last time she saw a Category 10 interstellar squall was when she was in a phone box. Pelia is a companion, confirmed.
Pelia is a companion.
Yep.
Now I need to find out whether or not she'll show up on like some sort of special. That would be awesome.
That would be yes,
It would make so much sense if they did.
Yep.
They're just throwing it in our faces at this point.
So for reference, if other people are curious about the other Doctor Who references, they both occurred in season 3. The first one occurred in the Salat Who Ate Its Tail, which was which again was season 3, and you saw a TARDIS in the background as an Easter egg in that giant ship that ate the other ships. The second reference was in the season 3 finale, New Life and New Civilizations, where Pelia said that she was once with a time-traveling doctor. So now Pelia has once again told us that she was with a time-traveling doctor. Again, confirmed Pelia was a companion.
Pelia is always with that doctor, man. I wonder if it was Peter Capaldi.
Yeah.
All right, so they're not protecting anything. They're just observing a display of lights for this mission. That's amazing.
Observe and report.
That's gonna happen.
Awesome.
Space-time gone wild.
Pelia then says something else next. I just have to figure out what it is. Oh, she's just struggling to pay attention, just like me. What?
Oh. She said space-time gone wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
I really liked it. And she said, "Don't you think a little glimpse is worth the risk?"
Of course
I loved
it is.
it. I loved her energy in this episode.
Me too.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, like, I also love the fact that she's just my spirit animal throughout the whole entire thing because she's talking Doctor Who and that she's watching this thing, but she doesn't get a playbill for it. And I was like, girl, I want a playbill for everything I'm watching too. Come on. I need it for my collection. I was like, who wrote this? Are they writing these lines for me?
Right.
Fox, the person right now, and this actually comes back around later, he is sitting there and he goes like, I don't want to do this. and he's like, you guys do realize we could turn into tiny little molecules and be done. And it's just like, okay, that's very true. But like Pilia just said, let's go live a little.
Yeah.
Because at this point they got the distress call. Yeah, right? Or no?
No,
Okay.
they're just hanging out and talking about what's going on, talking about how like kind of an easy thing this is, but how terribly wrong it could go because it depends on how close they get to it. And Spock's just like, I don't want to get closer. Don't get closer. And Pike is like, get closer. Get closer. Yep. And Pilia's like, let's do it. And he goes, see, now that's the spirit.
That's the spirit. It sure is.
And this is where I actually hate the Vulcan because we get past that. They all are looking out, they're all looking out the window and she says, digital data is more relevant.
What? What does that even mean? More relevant than looking at it with your own eyes? What?
Yeah, I swear to God, if there is an airlock with a Vulcan that looks like her in it, I didn't do it, okay? I was not around for it. I didn't go anywhere near it. She's just hanging out in the airlock. The airlock's not open. It's up to you to decide what happens after. She's just in there. And she says it was me. Totally wasn't me.
She has a red shirt. She has a red shirt.
She's a red shirt. Let's go.
Anything can happen. She's a red shirt.
She's just hanging out in there, I swear. If I'm on that ship, she's just hanging out in the airlock. I'm not pressing the button, but she's no longer a part of the crew.
She's trying to get under her skin. I mean, like, she's not saying anything at all and then waits for her to say something and to feel the excitement. She just wants to, like, smush on her excitement. I feel like she is the representation of, like, all the people that, like, really hated on Starfleet Academy. She's like the Trek bros.
Yeah.
So...
She's so bad. She's horrible. I hate her. Why does she have to be here?
She's a bitch. Well, we find out why.
Character development is going to be coming. Like, what do we think?
We're definitely going to get her to get nicer at some point. They're
or go
100% starting her off where we hate her so hardcore, but she's going to become nicer. At least she's better than the one character who swallowed her badge in Starfleet Academy. Oh my god, I hated that character so much.
A lot more scenes.
Huh?
She has a lot more scenes, though.
Yeah.
well, we'll see how many more scenes the cadet appears in.
Yeah.
So at this point, you know, they love the thing, digital data, yada yada, and now we get a Mayday call.
Oh, I have more thing.
From inside the storm.
I have one more thing. Remember how you were talking about whether or not Pike wants to leave? He turns around to Una and he says, how much would you miss this if you didn't see it every day? And she says, it would be the worst thing that she doesn't see it every day. I don't remember the actual quote. I didn't write it down.
She would miss it every day. Yeah. And I loved that he was saying, he is pondering it. He's considering it. But we can't do it. We got a few more seasons, man.
But
we gotta keep him around.
Who would want to give? I wrote this down. Who would want to give up the adventure? Like, who would want to give up this adventure?
And the family he has on the ship. I mean, that's his family.
That is his family.
Do everything with him.
Yep. Yeah, it is his family. Just like the Enterprise D was Picard's family.
Absolutely. I mean, it is. That's just what happened.
Yep.
Okay, now I'll finally let you talk about the thing. The signal. I'll let you finally talk about the signal.
Yeah. So Uhura gets a distress call. And so of course Ortegas needs to get a little closer, and as they're getting into the thingamajig, like the ship is spinning, and the spinning visuals were really disorienting, but it was still kind of cool as just the image on the screen just kept spinning. I thought that
What
was
are you
neat.
doing there? The sensors went off, and she just went in through it anyway. She doesn't say anything. She didn't tell anybody the sensors went off. She just drove right through it. I'm like,
My response to that is, Ortega, what if you get turned into tiny particles? Spock's worried about it. You're worried about it. What are you thinking? Like, first off, what are the warning signs for? Why are we getting this much closer? You're gonna get into tiny particles, and what if this is actually warning you about the tiny particle thing? Like, come on, Ortega. She's like, no.
And would anybody still be alive in there? I mean, because they're saying that this signal is coming from inside the storm when we know, because Spock knows everything. He said that you'd get crushed up into tiny little pieces.
No, let Ortega's fly. She is Erica Ortega. She flies the ship. Let her fly.
But she does great. They always live, but it's always a little crazy.
Let her fly. Let Ortega fly.
On the spinning, I said, ooh, yay, they're spinning. What's going on the actual show? Oh, right, they're getting caught in that thing that they were told to avoid, and more spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought the visuals though were really cool. The visuals of the actual anomaly were really cool. The ship just kind of being thrown around was really neat too. It was really good effects. It was solid effects. I
would like to know though why they blew up a whole bunch of things and made it sound like they actually like landed somewhere, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're good. It's just life support is the only thing that's on. Like, everything blew up, and then we got dunk, and then now we're just like, oh, no, life support's good.
Yeah, it's okay. Can I at least say, thank God the bridge doesn't have the timed flamethrowers like Discovery did all the time. That pissed me off so much in Discovery, the timed flamethrowers. It's like, you guys couldn't have randomized those? And why are there so many flamethrowers on the bridge in Discovery anyway? That always pissed me off. At least they didn't do that in Strange New Worlds. Now, I don't know about you when you guys, first watched the episode today, but the minute that Pike said to deploy a Mayday, that immediately told me that they were answering their own distress call.
No, I didn't. You guys are so smart. I didn't catch it until the end of the episode. Okay.
No, I clocked it immediately.
When they said it is when I saw it. Man.
As soon as Pike said deploy Mayday, I'm like, they just answered their own Mayday. Yeah. Because one, I remembered Pelia said it's space-time wildness or whatever. The other thing, too, is that we saw that before in Voyager in Season 1. Season 1, Episode 2 of Voyager, Parallax had a reflection of their Mayday or a duplicate or something like that. So we saw this before. And it's like, oh, you just answered your own Mayday.
Okay, so before they sent out the Mayday, the captain's taking a whole... trying to make sure what's going on with the spaceship and trying to figure out what's going on. And one of the things that he asks after Philia says, oh my God, I think the least amount of impulse power, I think my computer changed what the word was, the least amount of impulse power, and he goes, do we have warp? I'm like, sir, you're the captain of this ship. Do you have warp if you don't have impulse power? You don't even have impulse power, really. And you're going, do we have warp? There's no way you have warp if you only have impulse power. How are you captain? Are we stupid now? Like, what knocked us out? I don't know what's knocking us out, but why are we asking about warp now? Okay? You turned to Scotty and you literally asked that question. You're supposed to know this ship inside and out and understand what's going on it. You're supposed to know that, hey, if I can't go anywhere, nothing's happening. Like, what? Do we have warp?
Amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. That was pretty good.
I didn't even catch that.
Gravity and inertia works
either. Yep. I didn't catch it either. So, in the chat, those of you who are in the chat, tell us in the comments, when did you realize that they answered their own distress call? Tell us in the comments, did you pick it up immediately like me and Krysten, or did it only hit you at the end of the episode like Heather? Tell us in the comments.
It seemed like so. You know what I thought? I was like, wow. At least they like tried to get help immediately, because like we see a lot. We've been watching a lot of episodes that like they don't ever reach out for help. So I was just like, I didn't even think about it. I was shocked at the end. I was like, oh my god. So honestly, it probably worked out better that way because yeah, it was good.
So the one thing that kind of confused me, and honestly, it was just kind of how it was written or how it was spoken. Una said that they were thrown into a warp field. Okay.
Yeah, like we have warp.
Well,
we have
she
a warp
said
field.
she said they were thrown into a warp field, but the way she worded it made me think that they're still in it. It's like, so what? You're still in the warp field? So then, and then she says in the same sentence that, you know, the stars aren't lining up. They found 3 M-class planets in the system. So, like, it was just a little confusing for me the way that it was worded, because she made it sound they were in the warp field. But really, they were thrown through. Like, they got pulled into one and they got pulled through a warp field. I feel would have been a better way to say that. Does that make sense? That kind of, yeah.
I'm just gonna say the writing is not amazing. So just saying.
Well, her speaking parts always sound a little bit robotic to me. Are we talking about like the same time whenever she says the stars are not lining up,
Yes.
but they think it's the main computer? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But also keep in mind that the original depiction of number 1 in the cage by Majel Barrett, number 1 was written to be a cool, steely, robotic type character.
Oh, you're right.
And we didn't even know if she was human in the cage. There was so little known about her, but she certainly was just a little bit off. And then, of course, in Strange New Worlds, we find out that Una is an Illyrian. So I can kind of forgive that. But Heather, I liked the writing in this episode. Or Krysten, I liked the writing though.
No, okay. It was a really great episode, but there was some writing that I like. Can we have warp? Come on. And then like you're sitting there going like I don't know. There's some things there. I was sitting there going like, why did they write it that way? Like something coming up.
Why did they make Spock a hoe?
There's something. There is Spock a hoe.
Why do they do what they do?
Yeah.
But then, like the story itself, at the same time, like what I said, I believe, but at the same time, the story itself was amazing. So, like, yes, the writing was also amazing. So it's a double standard. So there were some places they needed to check their work.
Yeah,
I
get it. And that's really what got me is the way that Una worded it made it sound they were still in the warp field. They weren't pulled through. Yeah, that's my point there. But now we find out that Una gets her Strange New World away mission because they have burnt out all their iridium and they have scanned the system and they found iridium on one of the planets. They found iridium on the 3rd planet of this system. And so they're going to go get it. And Una gets her away mission.
Yep.
Woohoo!
So we get on the shuttle and we end up in Joshua Tree. I swear it's got to be the original Joshua Tree. They're definitely in California. There, those trees are definitely Joshua trees, prehistoric.
I don't know.
Beautiful.
And or red, the red trees. What is that? Redwoods. They're one of the two.
I'll try to see if there's production info because Strange New Worlds films in Toronto. I figured they were on the big ILM graphics wall that they use a lot. I forget what it's called, but I figured they were just there.
Oh no, they're fake trees all the way, but they look like they could be like original Joshua trees.
I just figured it was all CG. It looked really good though.
It is very much.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful planet for the Charlie's Angels to end up at.
Yeah. So, spoiler alert for the spoilers. Let's just admit that obviously we know what planet this is. Yes. And I will say that as they were talking about it, as they were piloting down, they did a really good job obscuring where they were. So that way that reveal is later. Now that reveal was a big surprise to me. I did not guess that reveal until later.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. While they're piloting down, it doesn't, because we're going to admit that we already know where this is. It doesn't make any sense while they're piloting down. They're piloting down, and they get down there, and they're like, there's a big laddie here. And I'm like, oh, so you couldn't see the big laddie from the freaking shuttle? Why couldn't you see the big laddie from the shuttle? Also, there's big laddies flying around. Why couldn't you see those big laddies? Why are we hiding the big laddies?
Bill, log it.
I don't understand.
I mean, their sensors are broken, like, so they couldn't get it with their sensors, but I guess they should be able to see it with their eyeballs.
Window.
Yeah. I use the window. Maybe that's not how to.
What are they, blind for the few seconds that you're coming down? They put the shields up. We don't know we don't want to see where we're landing. What is going on?
But maybe like the dinosaurs are used to stuff falling from the sky, and they're like, "Oh, we need to run away and not be close to that," so they weren't anywhere near the shuttle.
Yeah, maybe they just weren't near the shuttle while they were flying down.
No.
They just didn't see him.
Super high, and there is literally one right there. It was right there. They were like, oh, we got to get past that big laddie. How long's that big laddie been there since we got off the ship? Yeah, it's been there.
I don't know.
It's been there.
I can walk through a desert and not see a life form. Maybe they just weren't visible as they were flying down.
Do we know how many dinosaurs there actually were? A lot. There was all of them. I mean, all of them that were there before they were.
They went over the water. They went over these plateau places. They had to figure out where they would land so that it would be a safe spot for them to land. By the way, like 50 miles away from wherever they were going, when there was also big spaces of open space nearby where they were too. But that's fine. Not like it just crashed in and did this whole like clear out of the freaking shrubbery or anything like that. Anyway, they had to get close enough to the thing, and they were just, like, okay, 50 miles away on the other side of this big laddie. That's where we're landing. For the plot! Dino boxing.
Yeah. Dino boxing!
Oh, the land.
Dino boxing. Rawr. Trucker, it actually was not Gorn in the crash ship. It was the doldrums in the crash ship. It wasn't Gorn. And no one got away. They were dead in their pods. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But we basically find that there are big life forms. There's a big laddie, and Lon just shoots into it. Now, at this point, it's still obscured, so Lon just shoots into nothing. Right, yeah. But of course, Lon's first reaction is to shoot it, which is funny.
She's been through a lot with the Gorn, so yeah. I mean, her first instinct is let's take care of this right now. But man, she did go up there pretty quick.
She did.
Big thing. Let's just shoot it. Let's just
yeah. But it didn't work, so don't worry about it.
No, it didn't work.
The big laddie's a bit harder to come defeat.
And then, as if they did not have enough problems, the ship got tractor beamed.
Yeah, I really thought that it was going to be a giant dino that was taking the ship away, but
yeah. On that note, it has taken 55 minutes to get through the teaser. I hope all of you are ready.
I'm so sorry.
I hope all of you are ready, because I feel this season is going to have a lot for us to recap. So, that being said, we are now at Act 1, 17 minutes, 25 seconds into the episode. Can I just say, can I have a little moment of Ethan Peck appreciation? I love that Ethan Peck matches the way that Spock pronounces words that send an OR. Because Leonard Nimoy... Oh, hello, Krysten. You okay?
My dog acted weird.
Okay. So Leonard Nimoy would always say sensors, It's like, oh, the sensors have picked up, da-da-da. And Ethan Peck does the same thing. So even Peck is like, oh, sensors, oh, tractor. So I really appreciate that. And yes, Bill, we did notice the new intro. They change up the visuals in the intro nearly every year. That's actually so. Bill asked a good question. Bill asked a good question. Those of you in the chat, share if you skip the intro or if you watch it through. I watch it through.
You can't skip.
I half watched it, I'll be honest. But I did catch all the new stuff because I remember asking you guys when I first watched it. I was like, yo, did you see that stuff?
And this morning we were like, yep, I saw it. Yeah. Yeah. It was funny. It's like because this morning you were like, new intro. I'm like, yep.
Yep.
Yeah. So Ethan Peck appreciation, sensors, but I also kind of I thought it was cute how Pelia was panicking a little bit. Like Pelia is like this space hippie and she's like, oh, this is fine. And now she's like really worried, but also Pelia loves the ship. And we're watching Scotty take his lead from Pelia, and we're watching Scotty learn to love the ship, which is why he installed those sensors or those alarms for Erica, because he just wants to love the ship because Pelia loves the ship. Yeah. Okay. What are your guys' notes about the, Pike's trying to be friendly? You accidentally took our ship.
I love that.
I love Pelia's response to him going like, hey, let's get out of this tractor beam. And she's just like, it's like what does it say?
Energy.
It's just a whole, wait.
It was her analogy.
Using impulse engines would be like trying to free ourselves from a boat using a pair of flippers. Small flippers that could be lost at any time. And she says it in such a worried way. I'm like, she's just worried.
Yeah.
she's like helping not at all. She's just like, no, we're dying.
Yeah. But in my notes, I wrote every mood Pelia was in. I'm like, Pelia panicking is really cute. This is really cute. It's like Pelia is just so cute sometimes. So yeah.
She is like my favorite. She felt a little like she couldn't fully pay attention for this episode, but at the same time, she's having a great time with it. She was feeling a little Addams Family a little bit, to be fair.
Yeah. Pelia is the best. So Pike's trying to be friendly. We find out these people are scavengers. There's obviously a big war going on, and so the war effort is we're going to take your ship for scrap because we're in a big war. And yeah. Any notes before we go back down to the planet?
I don't think so, because I think it's in between or right after that I have a note that I'm going to have a good time with.
Okay, we're excited. Heather?
I have no notes until, we're good.
Krysten, will you take us back down to the planet, please?
Oh, it's not the planet I care about, because they're just on the planet and they're like, oh, well, Scotty's not getting back to us. That's great. Okay, cool, bye.
The only note that I had when we returned to the planet was apparently this is where we find out the invention of the disintegration setting on phasers. It's like, is this where we see the invention of vaporization of phasers now?
Yeah. And I liked how Ortega didn't want to say it. She was like, you know how to say it. She's just like, I feel like it's better not to say it because of Scotty.
Yeah, that's funny. It's like Ortega.
On her mind a lot.
Yeah, I swear, if they don't have a ship at the end of this, I'll be upset.
What would their name be?
I have a note. I have a note about this.
Ortegas.
I have a note about this at the end. Okay, so back on the ship. I just had to laugh that the enemy of these Martians, well, we don't know they're Martians yet. The enemy of the people who captured the Enterprise they call them the doldrums. Now, I don't know if I misheard it or not, but I'm just like, doldrum. I just had to laugh because it's like, oh, doldrum. But yeah.
It sounds like Dole Whip.
Dole Whip, yeah.
Doldrum. So, Are we going to talk about how they're now talking to the Martians, which I don't remember what the hell their actual name is?
I don't think we ever heard what their official name is. We know their enemies are the Doldrum, and I think we just call them the Martians. I will say is I don't understand why they're always concerned that these people are pre-warp. They clearly have advanced technology. They got there somehow. They ensnared you in a very advanced energy field. Why do you keep going back that they're pre-warp? Clearly they're not.
Also, why is it that Spock is informing the captain he's not supposed to talk about warp when the captain should know not to talk about freaking warp?
Well, somebody's got to tell them
so dumb.
Y'all don't think, okay, I mean, the stars weren't lining up at this point. So realistically, they have no point, no idea of where or when they are. So I do agree with you, Scotty, that it shouldn't be such a big deal about them having warp travel. At this point, it should just be a big deal of them figuring out where and when they are before they talk to people.
Yeah.
Why is the captain dumb? Why is the captain... Okay, fine.
Yeah. But this is where we
think he's not dumb. He's just in his own
He
world.
doesn't know about the Prime Directive.
But this is where we figure out that we have been thrown 65 million years into the past. The ship is towing them to Mars. Okay.
Yeah, but they already invited the Martians on board.
Well, yeah, they did. Yeah, like Pike invited them because he wants to be friendly, but he didn't know that at the time.
I know, but
He's just trying to get them out. He's just trying to get them out of this issue, right? But again, I don't understand the concern about it being pre-warp because they clearly have advanced technology. So again, just kind of a weird writing type thing. It's like they clearly have advanced technology. Like, why are you worried about pre-warp? They clearly have warp. I don't know. I thought it was weird. Because it's like it would.
Yeah, they're in space. Come on.
Yeah, they're in space. How would they be pre-warp if
they were able to capture the Enterprise?
Exactly. They are spacefaring people, so I get it. But yeah, I love how the ship's captain is very straight and to the point. I thought Saffron Burrows did a wonderful job as Cassell in this episode. She was a great actress. It was a great guest appearance on her end.
I loved the way that they had her. I mean, the headband, the blue, like she looked like she had stepped out of Atlantis, like almost like an aquatic look to them. I loved the look of the Martians.
Yeah.
And the ears, oh, yeah. Sorry.
Brandon says
I have a cat yelling at me.
Brandon says he sees us thinking about it, but not obsessing over it. But Brandon, this is what the Trek Trio does. We obsess over everything. That's our job. Yeah. So yeah, I like the makeup of the Martian, Saffron Burrows' role. I mean, it was awesome. But now we find out that they are in our very solar system 65 million years ago, and I wrote down "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. Now, it's funny, this actually brings us to the end of Act 1. I love how quickly we shot through Act 1, but we all had so many notes on the teaser. But the teaser really packed a lot in.
We finally got the episode. We've been waiting all year for this.
We did, but let's admit, there was a lot in this teaser too, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
But after that, everything just flows really well. So we are at 22 minutes and 30 seconds is the beginning of Act 2. So
and I missed the part where we went back to the planet and Lahan, I think it's Lahan, starts shooting at the trees.
That's in Act 2. We're getting there.
No, it's before 2150. I marked it.
Okay. Well, no, I don't know. That came after
Get out of my way!
No, I thought it came after the commercial break, but
Bill says it. Yes, he skipped past it.
I thought it was after the commercial break. I probably just put my act marker in the wrong place, but I did write down that Lon disintegrated those 2 trees, and I wrote, I hope those trees weren't important because clearly you know that we're now 65 million years in the past.
Not even about the trees. I was more upset about you have this huge ass laser, and what if it goes through the trees? It's definitely taking down that big laddie.
Big laddie.
Like, this is another shoot first moment instead of showing us actually what it is.
Yeah. Bill, I don't watch commercials, but I don't have a choice. My Paramount Plus plan has commercials. There's not much I can do about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, let me tell how hard it was to sync up with Krysten when we tried to watch the Starfleet Academy, because Krysten had hers through Amazon. Heather and I had ours through Paramount Plus, and it wasn't syncing correctly. So, yeah.
Because we had commercials and she didn't, so we had to pause.
Yeah, Krysten had to keep pausing and waiting for us.
Before you guys got to.
Yeah. And then, of course, Heather just casually dropping that she actually watched the episode that morning instead of waiting for me to finish to watch it that night. It's like, cool.
Did I actually do that?
You did.
Oh, I didn't. I thought when we made that skit, I thought you were making that up. I don't remember doing that.
You casually mentioned it in our group chat. You slipped. You basically slipped. You covered it up for so long, and then in our group chat you slipped up, and that's where I got the inspiration to write that line.
My bad.
See, that's the thing about being honest. You don't have to cover anything up.
Very, very true. Yeah.
All right, so we are learning where we are in time.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, Pike is taking a gigantic risk that they will not affect the future by inviting these people aboard, but he already, as Heather said, or Krysten said, he already invited them, so too late. So he's already taken a huge risk.
Heather said it. Honestly, I was like, as soon as he invited them, I was like, maybe he is dumb. It's fine. Spock's making a lot of sense right now.
Yeah, he might be dumb. So, hold on. There, a new dinosaur.
Back there.
A new dinosaur appeared in the background. Yeah. So I keep, but I do. Oh, there's Angie. Oh, there's Angie.
Dun.
Angie keeps adding little dinosaurs in the background, but I still got my little birthday dinosaur.
I love it.
So where are we? Okay. I love that these guys just phase through the ship. So clearly we do not need to worry about the Prime Directive because they have much more advanced technology than the Enterprise right now, because they can fucking walk through a wall. So, and then the first thing that Cassell says is to Pike, "You're short."
Yeah.
I also love that they were all waiting in the transporter room and they found that out, and they're all just like, "Don't tell them about the warp." And he was like,
Don't need to worry about that. Yep.
Yeah, you're short. Meanwhile, the actual actor is 6'1", just so anybody knows.
Anson Mount or Saffron Burrows?
Anson.
Oh, okay. Wonder how tall Saffron
6'1".
Burrows is. Yeah.
I wonder how tall she was.
Well, Anson Mount is 6'5" with his hair.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
the Pike peak just whoop, yeah.
Yep. I think it's funny that our Martian is now very bitchy lady, but at the same time, at least she's nicer than the freaking Vulcan.
I love the way she speaks. She's so like I don't know, like old English with her words.
Yep. I think they probably did that because she is considered pre-Earth, which would probably be kind of an idea if you were to do that. It would be nice to do older English because that would be like, what, like 1800s, 1900s or older?
Yeah.
Could be.
I wonder what their language sounded like because they had so many more words for.
But Saffron Burrows is also English as well. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Never mind.
That makes sense. I thought it was for the character to sound a little bit like, I don't know, posh and serious.
Oh,
And
she's
I love
actually
how
6 foot.
I love how Scotty was trying to be hospitable. It's like, "Hi, how are you?" And it's just like,
they didn't like that.
Yeah.
We are your captors, so you must want to kill us. So that was actually a really nice little moment.
But do we think that was the first time they'd ever seen? I mean, we've already talked about the rest of the episode a little bit. Like, do you think that was the first time the Martians had seen something other than an insect that wasn't them?
Hard to say. It doesn't sound like they get very far.
I wouldn't think so, only because they have a tractor beam to take a whole bunch of people into scrap. So I think they had plenty of people that they have tractor beamed before, which means no.
Okay.
I don't think so, because she was very nonchalant. Well, if you're not needed, we will just put you back into the wild.
Bill's asking why Scotty is reaching out with a handshake. He's just trying to be hospitable. Can you blame him?
And just say hello, new species, first
What was the
contact.
one with the red shirt on? We had to actually give the red shirt a chance to try.
Yeah, he's just trying to be nice. So, any notes about the Martians coming on the ship before we go back down to the planet?
Nope.
Not that I haven't said already.
This is the parts that are going pretty fast at this time.
So back on the planet, I love that Una's idea involves a phaser. And basically stun and run. Wait for T-Rex to open his mouth and shoot him in his mouth, which is hilarious. Bye, Katie. Have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Why are we even doing this in the first place? Bye, Katie. Sorry.
Well, they're trying. The T-Rex is in between them and the Iridium. They have to get past it somehow.
Okay. Explain to me how the T-Rex is between them and the Iridium.
Because it is. That's its territory. It's its hunting ground. I don't know.
Guess what it's doing? It's eating. It doesn't care about them whatsoever. They could just walk by it as it's eating. And then when they get up to it, to try and beat it up in the mouth somehow, they get up to it.
Krysten, I feel you're holding back. Is this gonna? Are you ready to crash out? It's like it's.
And there's things flying around the T-Rex, and the T-Rex is like, "Ooh, flying food!" And then they just go like, "No, we're gonna stick around until we can actually shoot the damn T-Rex instead of go around the T-Rex, which is now distracted." Why are we not going around the T-Rex?
That counts. Yep. Krysten, this is 6 crash outs. This is a record for you. Yeah.
Whoa.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, I think the record was literally the Enterprise episode, but we'll
foreshadowing the rest of the season.
So the one thing that, and I'm going to admit this and see if you guys follow my same logic. They were worried about contaminating the timeline, right? And I'm like, well, why would you be worried about vaporizing the T-Rex? It's like, because all the dinosaurs are going to die off anyway. You know where we are in time. You know they're not going to live. So who cares about vaporizing a T-Rex, right? That was my first instinct. Then immediately I'm like, oh, what if that particular T-Rex becomes a very important fossil? Yeah.
Probably is a very important fossil because I don't think it woke up in time for the meteorite.
It could still be an important fossil. Its body will still. Oh, you're talking about because they'd be vaporizing it?
Yeah, they didn't want to vaporize it. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think of. Because you're right, I didn't think about that. Why would it matter?
Yeah,
they're all gonna die.
But that was my first reaction. It's like, okay, they're all gonna get hit by the asteroid, so who cares? Just vaporize it. But then it's like, oh wait, that could be a fossil. So I get why now. But at first I'm like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But Krysten, to your point, I wrote in my notes the T-Rex is more interested in catching the pterodons. So why couldn't you just do? But then Bill did say the T-Rex would close that ground really fast. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if it doesn't know you're there? Just say it.
So, anything else on the planet with both you guys? Heather, did you have notes on the planet?
Let's see. No. No, oh, besides that, I want their gray. I really want that gray jacket, like the gray
Yeah, that's a
leather
nice jacket.
I really want.
My next note is about the medbay clothes. I like how like the new uniform is for Nurse Chapel. Yes.
She looks good.
I love the blues in it, like the white with the little bit of blue on it. It's so nice.
Yeah. But Chapel looks awesome all the time. Chapel's a baddie. I also love her bangs. I love her bangs in this episode. Yeah.
Krysten clearly doesn't care about red shirts.
No, she doesn't. That's okay.
It's a laddie, not a lassie.
It's a laddie. Yep. A laddie, not a lassie. Yep.
Yeah.
So
they're all girls. They'll survive.
So we're in sick bay. Cassell is amazed that all that species can cooperate. It's like many worlds working together. And I'm like, oh, classic Star Trek mirror to humanity. It's like we're just used to being on our own and being by ourselves. And it's like, oh, look, everyone can work together.
Yes. Sorry, I just got distracted by a word.
What'd you get distracted by?
Hold on.
Hold, please.
Heather, what about? Keep going. I will catch up.
Heather, do you have notes in the med bay?
I just have there's Nurse Chapel. She's looking good, and then
I found my question. Who's the Tellarite?
Just some background doctor.
Oh, they were there. I totally missed them. I'm like, what's a Tellarite?
Just some background actor. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I did think it was funny, Pike trying to explain the carrot and the stick. I'm like, Pike, you need to explain Proverbs a lot better than how you're trying to do it right now.
Maybe like a gourd and a stick probably would have worked better or something. Something that there's a lot more than just one item of.
The Martians probably don't even know what a gorn is.
Gourd.
Gourd. No. The Gorn might not even be alive yet.
A gourd.
I'm not talking about Gorn. I'm talking about another veggie.
Yeah, pumpkin.
I killed a mosquito.
I didn't hear her right either. But I wrote
I chose a bad
Universal
one.
Translator didn't work.
It didn't, and so it didn't, and that's where we come back to Pike grieving and mourning because the Martian language is kind of like Mandarin, where there are different tones, different inflections would make a different word. And apparently the way...
Sorry, Brandon wrote, they have 30 words for alone, but nothing for carrot.
But apparently the way Pike said alone translated that into widower. And here again we see is that Pike has been grieving for 6 months. He's trying to distract himself and he's burning out his crew. He's exhausting them because he won't let himself mourn.
Yep. And then we also find out on top of that this is why we have like a little romance between them. Cassell also cannot have a relationship because she's at war.
So I wrote down that when I was watching this scene, I wrote down during this scene, I was anticipating that they were going to hook up. The way that Cassell's story went later was not how I was expecting it to go. Because honestly, she started off aggressive. She met Pike. She learned how peace works. She learned how other species really can get along. She sympathized with Pike. And I'm like, okay, like they're going to be fine. And Pike and this girl are going to hook up later. And it went a way different direction than I thought it would. And again, that's where I think the writing in this episode is clever. I still think it was well written. There are some pieces that me and Krysten kind of got tripped up on, didn't really like. Things weren't clear, but I still think it was a great story.
The whole story. So at the end of the day, here's the thing. At the end of the day, this whole story, amazing. Mm-hmm. I always find something wrong on everything. Because there's always like, you've got like so many cooks on these things. Yep. So there's always something wrong. But the whole story altogether is pretty amazing.
It was. It was a great story. And so when they're talking about Mars, I thought it was so clever the way Spock said, we're not familiar with the current condition of Mars. It's like,
I hated that he said that. Like, what does that mean? You can't tell her that.
He was trying to play it cool. He knows what Mars is. So, because I think she asked, have you heard of it? It's like, have you heard of Mars? Do you know our planet? And Spock is like, we're not familiar with this current condition of the planet. I mean, he played it so careful. So very careful.
But I feel like that's suspicious. If somebody said that to me, I think
it's a clever line. Now, here's my question for the three of you and everyone in the chat who watched our videos.
Add a person here.
I
know.
So my question for the three of you ladies and everyone in the chat with us.
Third lady.
What?
Who's the third lady?
Oh, sorry, the two of you.
Think about getting caught up on work.
Well, I see 3 boxes. Anyways, the two of you plus everyone in the chat. We're down to 10 people, but we finally find out the meaning of Valles Marineris. Now, that being said, those of you who watched our video, we call it the STEM video because we really did do a science lesson and we had so much fun recording it for you. And Krysten, your husband loved it. And we got a lot of compliments on the shorts and the long form video. We will try to do more STEM videos as we can fit them in, as it makes sense when each episode comes out. We had so much fun during the STEM video, but is this what you expected? Is this what you expected for Valles Marineris? Because at this point, we're about 30 minutes into the episode. The episode is titled Valles Marineris. We know what it means in present day. And then we see that it's a giant scar on the planet from an attack. Yeah. And is this what you were expecting the meaning of Valles Marineris? And anyone in the chat, what were you expecting? How were you expecting Valles Marineris works into this episode?
I mean, I would expect it to be either, a remnants of an ocean, if that was what it was, or a huge crater. Yeah, because things are attacking every other planet all the time, which, very thankful ours is okay still, right now. But yeah, I would expect one or the other, because it just sounds about right that something huge just, went at the planet.
Yeah. What about you, Heather?
I didn't know what to expect. I never really do, but I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, I thought it was a really clever way to put it, as if the ship just crashed on it and created the crater itself and ended up destroying that many people. Like, it just puts a story onto it that I definitely didn't expect. I thought they would just be chilling there. Yeah. But I thought it was really cool how they did it.
It was really clever. Before I go to my note, Diabetic One just popped in. And welcome. I'm happy you're here. Obviously, you have insomnia, so I hope you stay up late with us. So we're
good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Diabetic One. It really was cool because, not cool. It was sad because it was a massive attack on Mars. It unalived a lot of Martians.
Billions.
It was basically. It was basically the Martian equivalent of the Xindi attack on Earth. Yeah. It's like that left a giant scar on Earth, but this obviously left a scar so big that it survived 65 million years and was well preserved on Mars the entire time. So I thought that was a really cool tie-in, but how clever, though, that the name of the episode didn't even pay off until 30 minutes in. Like, we got more about dinosaurs than until we got to the point of Valles Marineris.
Diabetic One.
Everybody loves dinosaurs.
I saw that Robin Williams.
Krysten,
Robin Williams? Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I have a note on this, but does anyone have notes on the whole Valles Marineris talking about the doldrum as insectoids? Basically, the whole scene about their about their in the ready room about the Martians conflict.
Yeah. And they were on the ship. Oh no, they did move over to the ready room. I forgot. Yeah. They were on the deck initially.
Yeah, they're in the ready room looking at Valles Marineris, the insectoid.
They start talking about how they're insects. I'm like, what do you mean these people you've been in a war with are insects? Are they like Gorn insects? What are I don't know.
Now the doldrums are a complete insectoid species and they cannot speak with them. So that's interesting.
And that's where we're leading into, and we're going to find out about how many insect species. By the way, why do they like the number 65 in this episode? They really like 65. So 65 million years in the past, and they're going to talk about 65 different species of insectoids. I can't say it. I give up. All right. It sounds like I'm just trying to say sex. Whatever.
Now we know what's on your mind.
With the insects.
Anyway, so 65 different species of them, of which 17 they could speak to, or couldn't speak to as a sound, but they could eventually speak to them with light, touch, and what Kirk's worst one was smell.
No. How do you communicate via smell? Like I want to know more. And Brandon even said at the bottom, do you want to know more? I'm like, yes. How do you communicate with smell? I would love to know how the hell you figure that out. That's weird, but yeah.
Lots of animals do.
Well, Angie just said lots of animals do. I mean, you got to have a zoo mind like my beautiful wife, but
right.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like, I guess if you're speaking with smell, it's mostly like, okay, fear smell, calm smell, and I have something wrong with me smell. I don't know what the other smells. I don't know about other smells that we would be using. Yes, you're right, smell. I don't know how you say that one.
Angie says there's also a sexy smell. It's like, oh yeah, I get it, but yeah.
I mean, humans have the sexy smell and all this other stuff smells too. To be fair, there are smells that we communicate via the fact that we're older. There's smells that we have where you can tell if somebody's not right. We talk about this all the time. Hey, that person smells like asparagus. I don't think I want to hang out with them. You know, shit like that.
There's also people who cover up their smells because they think that Axe body spray is going to get them laid, and it's like, nope. Yeah.
After a certain point, hell no. By the way, I know this isn't supposed to be something, and you're probably getting bombarded with this commercial anyway. Carpe actually does work.
Cool. Thanks. Good to know. Heather, bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's the thing is that when I was watching this and Pike is like, we'll try to help. I'm like, how? It's like, how can Enterprise even help at this point at risk of contamination? Because it's like, Pike wants to be your typical Starfleet officer. Your job is to help. Right? It's like, and your job is to render aid. So cool. I get it. I understand. But it's like, you know that there is no life on Mars. You know that Mars was a barren wasteland until it got terraformed by the Federation. You know that there is no way that you can get involved in this conflict because you don't even know what's going on. Now, Bill just said he's trying to free his ship, which I understand.
He is trying to free his ship, of course.
And he is, but at the same point, it's like you've got to be careful of risking contaminating the timeline.
So, in my thought pattern, when I was watching this, all I could think to myself is this. Granted, he doesn't want to risk the timeline, but he wants to actually free his ship. That's 200 and somewhat souls on that ship, right? Mm-hmm. Isn't that what we usually hear? 200 and change souls on a ship?
200 to 400.
So he's got 200 and somewhat souls that he wants to keep safe himself. He doesn't know if he can make it back to the future. He doesn't know what's going to go on, but he wants to make sure that his family that he has right there on that spaceship is not going to go anywhere. Yeah. And I honestly, anything that you could do right this second, you could also potentially reverse later, especially if you can get the power back to the ship, do all of do everything that you need to get to the ship, get your ship going, up and going, and yes, that's where I think if he is, I don't think they wrote it this way, but I think if he was thinking appropriately, that would be where his thought pattern would be.
Which makes sense. He still is backing himself into a very dangerous corner that he has to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, he could take out their existence if he did the wrong thing. I mean, humans in general.
Because, I mean, at this point, what if I wrote this in all caps. What if communicating with the Doldrum affects the future, right? So, obviously, Pike has a point. Krysten and Bill hit the point. He's still backing himself into corner. He's got to be careful. So, and of course, now the Enterprise can't catch a break. Not only are they out of fuel, they're now out of fuel cell because Cassell found out what's going on. Why did we not?
The future, and she's like,
computers.
She's like, I'm a spiteful bitch. Fuck y'all. I'm taking your antimatter fuel cell. And no longer do I care about you guys because I think you don't tell the truth just because you didn't want to tell us that you could wreck the future.
Yep.
Okay, lady. I see how your brain works there. We ain't smart at all.
It's fair. She looked so sad to me. Like, she genuinely felt like, she had been betrayed because I feel like she did start to trust him. She had apologized for, judging them incorrectly, and so she thought they were building a relationship, and it's just done.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you see in the thing that they're from the future, you will also see that Starfleet actually exists. So now you're like, okay, you told me the truth about everything else, and I can't, why are you so upset? That's too much to be upset about right there.
Well,
Why are you
I don't think she's upset with the Enterprise. She's more just upset that, she's like, dang, I'm not going to be here. This is what I have to do right now in this moment. And I have to, burn somebody that I just gained this relationship with because my people matter more right in this moment.
Yeah, not just I'm not going to be here. My entire world
so
is
she's
not
got millions of people that she's thinking about.
Thank you. Yeah.
She wants to save her planet. And Brandon's asking if they didn't have warp, how they know what antimatter is. That's the thing. The Martians had warp. They were just Enterprise was just being way too cautious about pre-warp society. They had warp. They clearly had warp. Even though, and someone earlier in the chat said Enterprise didn't pick up a warp signature. Well, no shit. They didn't pick up anything because a lot of their sensors were offline. So That being said, that brings us to about Act 3, 37 minutes, 29 seconds.
Oh. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Yeah. And Brandon's asking why steal the cell? Well, they knew what antimatter could do, so obviously they want to have a big weapon to take out the doldrums.
Yeah, but I don't think they realized how big of a problem they were going to create in the first place. You would also wonder, okay, we're not there yet, so I'm shutting off.
No, and you're right. I don't think she realized what a big how much of a massive explosion would happen, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought she knew and just didn't care and was just sacrificing everything, but maybe she didn't realize it.
But also, and Brandon and Bill are
other questions I have.
Brandon and Bill are debating antimatter. It's like maybe their warp is based on something that isn't antimatter. Bill says maybe they can't contain antimatter. Let's remember that the Romulans do not have antimatter. Their warp drive is powered by a small quantum singularity. So not every warp-faring species has antimatter powering their warp drive.
True.
Yeah. So let's see. Is there anything else I had here? The only question I have before the act break is, why did we not have more security around Cassell and her people? It's why were we not making sure she could not access a computer?
What were they going to do? They faced through a wall, dude.
You still could have kept them away from a computer.
Not only that, they faced through the floor to get to the anti-cell. My real question is, how did they go back up? I want to know how they moved so quickly out that freaking wall. Were they like antimattering into the wall and using it as a chain reaction to get themselves up? Not antimattering, but like phasing up the wall to see if they have chain reaction. How did they get up? I know how they got down. They just went straight down.
How did they go up?
Yeah, and also, how are they not hurting themselves every time they go down through the floor? Like, how are they not just going onto the floor? Like, what's going on?
It's like the back rooms.
I want to know what's happening here. I need to see them. I feel like we didn't get to see them do any of this stuff just because it doesn't make any sense.
They can phase. Angie's adding a Stegosaurus to my action figures now.
Oh my god.
I'm getting all these. What are you guys hiding?
Angie and I love dinosaurs. When we're on vacation, we visit every natural history museum everywhere we go. We're museum nerds. So Act 3.
Kind of a pushing crush out.
Okay, I gotta be right back. Sorry.
Okay. Act 3 is where we now are back on the planet and the away team discovers alien wreckage on Earth. Now, at this point, I thought this is where Strange New Worlds is going to connect with Distant Origin in Voyager. Because in Voyager's Distant Origin episode, we find a species of reptilians in the Delta Quadrant who evolved from dinosaurs on Earth. Because hidden on Earth somewhere are dinosaurs that somehow survived the extinction event or evolved before the extinction event, became a warp-faring species and went into the galaxy. So when we got to the ship, I thought we're going to hit the I thought we were going to connect to Voyager for Distant Origin, and we did. And I will say I was a little disappointed in that. It's like we're on Earth 65 million years ago. Now, I don't think in Distant Origin in Voyager it was ever established when the dinosaurs became sentient, when they developed space travel. It could have been billions of years ago, because we certainly know that there have been different eras of dinosaurs. We know T-Rex and Stegosaurus never existed together, and other dinosaurs and stuff. So I still thought when they found the alien spaceship, I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna find Distant Origin, and they did. It's not a deal breaker. It could have been a missed opportunity, but it doesn't ruin the episode for me. But it was like, oh, that would have been cool. But yeah.
Sorry about me walking away. My one dog just fell down the stairs.
Oh, is she okay?
As far as I can tell, she's fine.
Okay. All right.
I walk back away. That's what's happening. She fell down the stairs, and I feel bad for her.
Yep.
Okay.
And now, Krysten, we have reached Dino Boxing.
Yeah.
Binodoxing.
I don't know. Every single time I do these things, I think I hear it right, and then I like send it off to you, and I don't notice that it says binodoxing.
Binodoxing.
Does that happen?
Yeah, actually, it was like bino boxing. I said at one time. At one point, I was like, "It says bino boxing." That's great.
Yeah, my word's never worded. It takes me like 10 tries on each clip.
You know what? That's after 10 tries.
Yeah.
So we're dino boxing because Lon just straight up punches a raptor in the face.
And then it ran away.
Yeah, it was like, oh no, and ran. It wasn't like, the Jurassic Park versions that were just like, I'm not gonna take that, I'm gonna come after you. But at the same time, I love that they have feathers on them. It was so awesome to see it with feathers.
Yep, they did a really good job trying to be a little more accurate with all the information we now know about dinosaurs. Did you take any notes about the alien ship on Earth? Because obviously, like, it's the insectoid settlers. They're in cryotubes. They're all unalived anyway. They jiggle.
There wasn't really much to take notes on. It was just like, hey, the raptor was there, and we punched the raptor, and that was. And we see that the insectoid wakes up and just kind of like goes. Well, it doesn't really wake up, but has like a death rattle kind of
reflex. The death rattle. Yeah. But Bill, I don't think they were doldrum settlers. It was established that they were shot down by the Martians. Yeah.
Yeah. I sworn they were doldrum settlers.
Yeah. Were they settlers? Well, sorry, they weren't. They weren't settling on Earth. I thought Bill was trying to say they're settling on Earth, but yes, they were settlers because it was a cryo ship. Yeah. So I get it. All right. Any notes about binodoxine?
That it was awesome.
Just that Lon got to punch a raptor and then she broke her hand, but now feels concerned about that because that also leads into the next scene and how we talk about how after she had turned into a Vulcan and now she's back, she is worried about becoming a little bit more like her ancestry.
Yep, she does have latent, or as she says, recessive augment DNA because she is an ancestor of Khan. At this point, we don't know how she is, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
The only other thing that's happening on the space is on the planet is that Scotty's going like, "Get back on the ship," and they're like, "Yeah, we're going. I swear." I was like, "No, you're not. You're looking at stuff." We find out later you were looking at everything. Shut up.
But this also brings in this brings up a good point because we still do not know how Lon is Khan's ancestor. We don't know how she's related. And that also, she obviously is one of Khan's ancestors. Did Khan father children on Earth? Is she related to, did he father children on Earth? Or is the book, is the audio, the podcast, the audio drama, is Star Trek Khan canon now? It aired. We know anything aired is canon. So does that mean Star Trek Khan is canon? So we know that Khan and Marla McGivers had a child on SETI Alpha 5. We also know that child was spirited away, and we really don't know what happened with that child after that point, except it became that the researcher or something like that. We really don't know what happened between the events of Star Trek Khan and what led to Marla McGivers, or what led to Lon being born. So it's just one of those odd things where it's like, well, like, where did Lon come from? No, wait a minute. That can't be right. The events of Star Trek Khan take place after Star Trek II, which is 20 years. Yeah, you're right. Lon is before Space Seed. So at this point, we still don't know Lon's origin story and how she relates to Khan. If she really is Khan's ancestor, then Khan had to have fathered children during the eugenics wars while he was on Earth. So
I feel like this is a great question to go over at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, she was a different Space Seed. So yeah, good question. Okay. Any notes about Lon, her DNA, or anything else? Because we're about to find out about the 5th planet in the system.
I have one more thing where I love how the doctor is just sitting there and he goes like, "Are you going to go take over the galaxy?" And I'm like, that was so helpful, dude. It comes to you with something where she's worried about it and you're just like, well, you're going to go take over the galaxy?
It makes me feel like it's a setup to get rid of her character.
Yeah, it does feel like it. I mean, she doesn't exist on the actual Enterprise, but at the same time, I mean, the original, not the, she's obviously on the actual, but on the original, so it's like wondering whether or not she is going to go and try to actually take over the galaxy or what she's going to end up doing next.
Well, I will say that Lon and Ortegas at this point are now the only two who do not have any kind of appearance in TOS.
Ooh. Yes.
And I am worried about their safety through the remaining 2 seasons of Strange New Worlds.
Also Una, by the way.
And Una. Yep. We know that Una made it on a poster and she was inspirational.
But Una's story could be exactly what we need to actually think about because it could not be safety. One of them could be safety, but it could maybe not be safety. It could be a change of career. It could be a promotion. a change of ship. So any one of those things could happen.
I am really.
Maybe she'll take everybody with her on the ship.
Yes, I am really hoping that Una simply got made captain, because we get a bit of I wouldn't call it foreshadowing, but we get a little bit at the end that Una's now one step closer to captain, and I just really hope that Una just takes Lon and Ortegas with her.
Yeah,
like it's.
And of course, if she wasn't captain or anything like that, why would she be on the poster for Boiler?
Mm-hmm.
Some Swifty Ben is saying she's in the pilot of TOS.
Well, remember, Swifty Ben, that the cage took place 10 years prior to where we are in the timeline right now. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I understood what he was saying. Yeah, she's there. She's she's Nurse Chapel. She's Nurse Chapel's twin.
So everyone's reunited on the Enterprise, and now they're chasing after Cassell because she has the antimatter. And so my question is, how are Starfleet captains really prepped for temporal shit like this? At this point, Pike is assuming that if she detonates a weapon to win, it's going to be a problem. What if it's supposed to go that way? How do you weigh these actions when you're stuck in the past like this? Like, what kind of training do you get as a Starfleet captain?
He just had to use common sense. He said, there is none of this. He just used his common sense and went like, oh, wait, nope.
Well, so
his need was to save the planet, but thankfully, right before that end, right when he needed to, he realized, oh no, that planet does not exist. What am I saving?
The cool thing is that it slowly unravels for us, and this is where some people may think that the episode was predictable, and I'm going to have a note about that at the end, but I will say it was really cool, and it was great acting from Anson Mount that you literally see it hit Pike. You see the moment Pike figures it out, and you watch him working it out in his head. And it's great acting by Anson Mount, because we suddenly realize Sol 5 doesn't exist as we understand it today. To us in 2026, Sol 5 is Jupiter, and they established that, well, no, there's a planet that we didn't know of in between Mars and Jupiter, and that planet doesn't exist. And even Brandon started yelling Kuiper Belt from the moment they said she was from Mars. Now, that didn't hit me, Brandon, and honestly, it really didn't hit me that Sol 5 came the asteroid belt until they mentioned it. But you're watching Pike just work it out in his head, and it hits him. And I wrote down a good Battlestar Galactica reference that all has happened before will happen again.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Yep. And they literally have to sit back and watch it happen. And you can't help but feel bad for Cassell. All Cassell wanted to do was to save her planet, right? She wanted to save her people. She always wanted to save her people, but when she learned that her planet was a barren wasteland in 65 million years, she thought that was because of the insectoids.
Of course.
And so she's going to do everything she can, and she's going to take them out. She's going to sacrifice herself to do it. And then all of a sudden we realize this is a bootstrap paradox, which brings us back to the recap and the teaser that everything that we're watching right now was destiny.
Yep. Is it set in stone?
It is. It was. There was no way around it. There was no other way that this could have happened than the way that we saw it on screen, that it was a bootstrap paradox, a predestination paradox, that basically Enterprise was involved in the events that set forth the timeline of human evolution today.
Yeah, they always were. They always have. That's crazy. I mean, they were like humanity.
Yep.
All of it.
I thought it was clever. And no matter what happened, the Martians were going to destroy themselves, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were just focused on weapons anyway.
Yeah. I want to point out they're on their way back, and Spock has now not caring about the fact that they'll turn into mini tiny particles. And says,
"We don't care anymore.
They got to get home."
Yeah, but everybody is trusting Spock. They did it, that calculation. I understand Spock is very smart, but the calculation came out of his head, and they're just trusting, like, let's go home.
Yep. He did it, though.
Yeah.
So
and we get to see at the same time the meteor that took out the Earth.
Wait, crazy.
So at the end of the day, this episode was all about destiny, about Pike's destiny, about Earth's destiny, about the Martians' destiny, and that everything regarding destiny is indeed written in stone. Batel was always gonna become the guardian of the Vesda, or whatever her role was. We know Pike's destiny was sealed the minute he took the crystal from the Klingon planet. We know now that this was Mars' destiny and Earth's destiny, right? The big issues that I have, or I should say questions, is, okay, and maybe the answer is because it took 65 million years, but why was there no trace of civilization on Mars? All that we get was that it was moved further out of orbit, but there was obviously no evidence of buildings, no fossils, anything like that. We learned that some Martians escaped Mars and they were able to seed the galaxy, right? We learned that they escaped Mars. Why was nothing discovered when humans started to explore Mars?
Why was that spaceship that was on Earth never discovered?
Why was that never discovered either? Is it because that 65 million years of cataclysmic asteroids, like stuff just getting, blown up, like just erased everything? It's like, that's my one bother. I can understand why no one found the ship on Earth, because maybe the asteroid hit it, or maybe it just got taken out because the asteroid hit Earth.
That could be true.
But what about Mars? Mars is not pockmarked with craters like the moon is. So it's like, why have we not seen anything on Mars? And this is my assumption, is as Brandon said, we're meant to accept that it's been 65 million years. We won't see a damn thing. I get it. I understand.
It's by an iceberg.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, why didn't we see anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
But we find out that some Martians made it out, and we find out that the destiny was the doldrum were never meant to exist past that moment in time ever.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luke.
Yeah. Luke sent us all hats and mustaches. Thank you, Luke.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So bad.
I think that's one of our first interactive gifts that we've gotten. Okay, so any notes about this, about the show wrapping up? Heather, you said you have notes at the end, but like, this was destiny. Pike turns down the promotion. He recommends Una get promoted from lieutenant commander to commander. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, let's find out whether or not the Vulcan's worth it. And she starts spewing about how she doesn't make it into the Science Academy of Vulcan, and how, like, and we're like, oh, glimmer of hope. She gonna say that this is better? No.
Yeah. No, then just leave. Then just leave, because think of all, like, how bad they were making Uhura feel at the beginning of her time whenever she didn't know where she wanted to be. They made her feel bad.
Yep.
And this girl's genuinely like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
She a punching bag, man.
Yeah.
But also, this cadet.
Oh, Scotty. Sorry, you're going about something important. Keep going.
I was just going to say, this cadet, you are in Starfleet Academy, and you are now posted on the best ship in the fleet. You're posted on the flagship. And, Swifty said she's pissed that she got the consolation prize. And I understand that. How dumb of a Vulcan do you have to be that you got rejected from the Vulcan Science Academy? But she's still such a bitch. And I'm like, Cadet, you are talking to an officer. You need to lock it up. You need to learn your place. You can't talk to officers like that. That's ridiculous.
Yes, but she's Vulcan. She's better than everybody else.
She is, and she should know, but she still should know better. But she's stuck up. I love your Krysten. I love your stuck up. I love your stuck up face. Yeah. You were about to say something to Scotty.
Scotty and Ortega now have had another little fight moment. And I have to complain about this one. Why? Because there was a whole bunch of space that one or the other of them could have gone the other way towards the people that they both went to. Like, where were they going? It's like, why did we do this second of time? Like, literally, you had this whole moment where there was, like, a whole section where you could have walked to, but instead, nope, we're gonna, like, have a fight. I don't understand it. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Luke. You know what I wrote down, Krysten? In all caps. Those two are gonna fuck.
Yes!
Yeah.
100%.
They need to at this point. There's too much tension. Get it done.
Those two gonna fuck. Yep. Someone in the chat said a proper ship name for Scotty and Ortegas is Scottegas. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with Scottegas. Yep. Yeah. This is also one of the rare F-bomb drops in Star Trek. While Ortega says frickin' engineers, Scotty does say fucking pilots.
Oh. I didn't even pay attention to that.
They overlap. You can barely hear it, but Ortega said frick, Scotty said fuck, which I thought was cool. Yeah.
And then they have their little moment of staring out at all the dinosaurs they couldn't see from the sky, and then they end it.
Welcome to Jurassic Park Star Trek Edition. Yeah.
You should have seen those dinosaurs from the sky.
Yeah. Oh, Bill says he said bloody. I don't know, Bill. I heard fucking, but I wrote in all caps, what an opener. Like, this episode took us 2 hours to cover, and the first hour was the teaser. Yep. This episode was incredible, and if the rest of the season is like this is going to make up for season 3. Because even the season 3 opener was not the best last year. And really and truly is like, this was a strong opener. And we know it is confirmed that the season was written and shot by the time season 3 aired.
Spock should have picked up some whales for later. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, that was a good one. Always think ahead. I'm so sorry.
Use your noodles.
I couldn't keep it in. No, Eric just said that. Eric, even in the comments. I'm sorry. I read that and I couldn't keep it to myself.
Yeah, I love it. Yep,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry about that.
No, Eric was spot on. Cat Mask, welcome back. Glad to have you back with us. I thought it's a great opener. Again, season 4 was written and shot by the time season 3 was airing. So there was nothing that the writers could do to take our criticisms of season 3. It was way too late. The writers blamed the writer's strike was affecting season 3, and that shows. It absolutely shows that they did not lose their way. They did not give up. They did not phone it in. The writer's strike affected season 3, and they're back. Like, Strange New Worlds is back. And it's like season 3 wasn't the greatest, but this is on par with the first 2 years that we got. And I'm excited for the rest of this season. And I'm excited that we maintained our normal audience of 10 to 15 viewers this whole live, meaning that you guys are going to accept the spoilers. So I'm glad you don't mind that we're doing spoilers, that we're doing same day recaps and reviews. So we're really happy that you all joined us. Any parting thoughts about the episode for y'all?
Oh no, I thought it was a great episode. As like I said, the few things that I was upset with, I was just upset with because I really did think that there were funny things at the same time. Very small inconsistency type things like that could have been written better or given the character a bit better. I love how Pike is, and I think he's a very goofy character. And we've seen in the past him being goofy, especially when they did the one episode where it was the doctor's daughter's like whole storybook. And he loved every part of that episode, you could tell, and he was being completely goofy. And but it also just doesn't check to make your character the captain of the ship a little stupid with the whole core and stuff like that. But it's funny.
Every time they get to play out of their roles, except for season 3, every time they get to be out of their roles is incredible. I loved the storybook episode. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved the storybook episode.
I thought it was hilarious.
I loved the musical episode. What I did not love was the holodeck meta episode from season 3, where it was meta for Star Trek, right? Didn't love that. We know season 3 had its problems. And so I love when all the characters can get out of their element. I have read on Reddit, it's been listed on Reddit that apparently level 5 transporter accident is the puppet episode. And I don't know anything but the preview that we were given 2 years ago, right? And where we just see Pike's puppet say, hit it. That's all I know. But allegedly, someone on Reddit said that level 5 is the puppet episode. So I'm really excited to see that. Heather, not so much.
I can't wait.
I mean, if it gives similar vibes to Subspace Rhapsody, I will be absolutely thrilled. But I just genuinely don't like Muppets that much, and they're a bit freaky to me.
Yeah, are you scared of puppets? It's like
I think so. Just like a little bit. They just give me
puppet friends.
Like I don't want them to be puppets for a whole episode.
I'm gonna go find me some puppet friends and make them make puppets, and I have to be like, "Hey Heather, do you hate this one? Hey Heather, do you hate this one?"
If we get
a control thing, I don't like it. That's giving up everything to be a puppet.
If we get confirmation, because again, this is just Reddit rumors. If we get confirmation that level 5 transporter is the puppet episode, we need to record our promos with puppets.
I'm getting sick.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.